You will give me a cue, won't you, Anne? I would miss it. Thames VTR, 8462, Part 1, Take 1. How about that then?
Hello, and a very warm welcome back to...
Mark Bentine's potty time, take one. Caw!
Beautifully done, Clarence, beautifully done. Now, this particular potty time, I'd like to take you back into history to a very exciting time in Britain's past. It was the time of the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. Now, the situation was this. King Philip of Spain was extremely jealous of Britain's rise to sea power and the strength of the British Navy. So he tried to make an alliance, that is to say a deal, with Queen Elizabeth I by offering to marry her.
Never, never. I will never marry Philip of Spain.
Your Majesty.
How dare you even suggest such a thing? Who are you, anyway?
My name is Bentine, ma'am. I'm a reporter, a writer.
One of them traitorous scribblers, Your Majesty. Let me spit him on my trusty sword. My trusty sword, let me spit him on. Come now, Sir Francis. Remember, our William Shakespeare is a writer, too. Yes, I have a rather soft spot for writers. Don't trust him, Your Majesty. He may be a Spanish spy. That's what he is, a Spanish spy.
I am not a Spanish spy. I am loyal to Her Majesty the Queen, Queen Elizabeth.
Well spoken, sir. And what is this talk of marriage with Philip of Spain? Your Majesty, the Spanish ambassador. Bid His Excellency enter. Very good, Your Majesty. Enter, Your Excellency. Welcome, Your Excellency. What news from Spain? Your Majesty, my master, King Philip of Spain, Emperor of all Castile, Knight of the Dukedom of Aquitaine, Defender of the... Never mind the commercial, Your Excellency. Get on with it. Majesty, my king offers to you his hand in marriage. Never. Go back and tell your master that. Never. Yes, Your Majesty. Of course, never. Never, Your Majesty. I tell him, Your Majesty, never. That'll make Philip mad.
Mad, mad, mad! Elizabeth makes me so mad! Oh, mad, 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 mad! Quite mad! Ambassador Medina Sidonia, get back and tell Her Majesty I'm going to marry her!
Certainly, Your Majesty. You're going to marry her at once, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, the Spanish ambassador. Show him in. This way, sir. Your Majesty, His Most Gracious Majesty, my master king of... Yes, I know. Well, he says he will marry you, Your Majesty. He will marry you. Well, you can tell your majestic little squirt of a pipsqueak the answer is no. Yes, Your Majesty. Pipsqueak, little squirt. No squirting with the pipsqueak, no. I wonder what Philip will say to that.
No! She said no!
No. I mean, yes, Your Majesty. She said no, yes. No, yes, Your Majesty.
Get back to that great big British bird and tell her it's either sissy, which is a yes, or la guerra, which is a war.
Either yes or war, Your Majesty. Sure, certainly, Your Majesty.
Oh, she makes me so mad. Mad, 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 mad. She makes me.
Your Majesty, the Spanish ambassador. All Show him in. Lively now, sir. Lively. Well, Your Majesty, His Most Glorious enough. What does His old Potty Majesty want? His Majesty says your answer must be CC, which is a yes, or it means a la guerra, the war.
Oh, does he? I'll war you, you little heathen twit. Oh, I'll worry, I will. I'll worry.
Steady, Sir Francis. Your Excellency, tell your glorious master to get lost. My Majesty, of course, get lost very naturally. Yes, sure, in nombre de Los Angeles. Get lost. Oh, mamma mia. Oy vey.
Well,
She said, Your Majesty, to get lost.
what? Oh, that Elizabeth, that does it. This means a war. I will send an Armada.
An Armada, Your Majesty?
Sure, an Armada. That's a big fleet of Spanish ships. I'll blow England out of the water. I'll sink Elizabeth to the bottom of the channel. I'll get her farthingale in a twist.
So that was the situation. Philip had sent the Armada, that's all these Spanish ships, into the English Channel. Now, Sir Francis Drake was in a little bit of a quandary because he didn't know whether the Spanish fleet would come up here or whether the Spanish fleet would...
Yes, well, as you can see, the weather will be fairly warm with some mist or local hill fog and a little rain spreading from the west due to a ridge of low pressure coming in with a westerly wind, bringing with it the Spanish Armada. Spanish Armada?
I am trying to do a program on the Spanish Armada.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I thought it was the weather report. Cool. Oh, dear.
He's Potty. Yeah. Now, it was at this moment that Sir Francis Drake first heard about the approach of the Spanish Armada.
Sir Francis, the Armada. There's plenty of time to beat the Spaniards and finish my game of bowls as well. But you don't understand, Sir Francis. The Armada, it's here. The Armada is here, Sir Francis. As I said, there's plenty of time. What? You mean the Armada? Oh, chase the water rally up a gum tree. Oh, don't panic. Oh, the Armada. Oh, core. Oh, the Armada. Oh, core.
And Sir Francis immediately set sail in his famous ship, the Golden Hind, and led the British fleet into the attack.
Man the main sheet. Make all sail. Back the foreyards. Belay the mizzen. Oh, yes, and another thing. Splice the main brace. Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
Aye, aye, sir.
Aye, aye,
Aye,
sir.
aye, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
And the Golden Hind hove into sight of the Spanish admiral.
All hands on the deck. All hands to quarters. Prepare for battle stations. Oh, yeah. And another thing. Splice the main brace. Si, admirale. Admirale.
Si, admirale.
Fire your cannons as they bear, lads. Aim for his rigging and shoot down his sails.
Aye, aye, sir.
Aye, aye, sir.
Aye, aye, sir.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
Aye, aye, sir.
Open fire! Oh, sapristi! Mamma mia! Open fire with a whole guns! Well done, my lucky lads. Now, aim for his hull. We'll sink him, lads. We'll sink him. She's firing, she's sinking. Stand by to rescue the crew. So, Sir Admiral Medina Sidonia, your master did not succeed. The Spanish Armada is sunk. Well done, Sir Francis. England stands, as always, Queen of the Seas.
Oh, she makes me so mad. Mad, 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 mad.
She sure does, Your Majesty.
So much for the Spanish Armada. Perhaps you'd like to join us again for another adventure of the Potties. Till then, bye.